Eto na mga boss, kakapasok lang na balita. Grabe si Senator Robin Padilla, napahiya. Sobrang napahiya sa sinabi ng witness sa impeachment court na bulgar kasing mahinang senator judge talaga. Mas magaling pa kasing magtanong at sumagot ang testigo sa kanya. Bigo silang siraan ng kredibilidad ng kanyang testimonya. To the rescue tuloy ibang senator judge, mga kaalyado din ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa Senado. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, baka pwedeng i-click nyo muna ang like, share, comment, subscribe at i-hit nyo na rin ang notification bell kung gusto nyo ng mga ganitong klase ng video para laging updated kayo sa mga susunod pa nating ibabalita. Kaya tara, panoorin na natin to.
Maari po ba makapagtanong sa ating mahal na saksi?
Opo, Your Honor. Maaari po.
Ang una ko pong katanungan sana ay taga saan po kayo na lugar, na probinsya?
Tacloban, sir.
Tacloban.
Tacloban City,
Opo.
sir.
Kayo po ngayon ay Regional Director ng NBI sa BARM.
Yes, sir.
Opo. Yun po ba ay isang promosyon para sa inyo na madala sa BARM? Dahil totoo po ba na kayo ang tinatawag na Golden Boy ngayon sa NBI?
I cannot comment on that po, Your Honor.
Kasi po ang
Nasa BARM po ako. Wala ho ako ngayon sa
Opo.
main office, sir.
promotion po ba yon? Yung napunta kayo sa BARM? Balita ko po kasi ilang beses na kayo na-promote sa NBI. 12 years na po kayo, no, sa NBI.
Yes, sir.
Opo. Ilang beses na po kayo na-promote?
Since na pumasok ko ako sa NBI,
Opo.
sir. From investigation 1, 2, 3 noong 2015, 2016. Well, nung mula ako na pumasok ako sa academy, from investigation 1 hanggang ngayon sa regional director, sir.
Ilang beses po yun? Sa isang taon po, ha?
Sa isang taon? Anong taon po, sir, ang tinutukoy nyo?
Bago po kayo napunta sa BARM.
Bago ho ako napunta sa BARM, regional director po ako ng Mimaropa.
May Maropa.
Region 4B, sir.
Opo. Kayo po ba ang pumili sa BARM? Na
Hindi
kayo
po, sir.
mapunta to?
In the exigency of service, doon po kami nilalagay kung ano ang tingin ng direktor na makakatulong kami sa bureau.
Bakit po kaya naisip ng direktor na sa BARM po kayo? Kayo po ba ay may kaalaman sa Islam?
Hindi ko po alam kung ano ang naging basis ng direktor, pero
Kayo po mismo. Kayo po mismo. Ang BARM po kasi is Muslim Mindanao.
Yes, Your Honor.
Opo. Meron po kayong kaalaman sa Islam?
In terms of what do you mean kaalaman, sir? Yung
Sa religion po ng Islam kasi Muslim Mindanao. So, ibig sabihin, kahit basic po siguro ng Islam, no?
Yes, sir. Kahit naman ho sino pwedeng i-assign kahit saang regional office dito sa Pilipinas.
Di ba po parang
Regional
autonomy ang autonomous region ng Muslim Mindanao. So, kailangan man siguro kahit paano meron kayong kaalaman sa Islam.
Konti siguro, sir.
Ano po yung konti na yun?
Well, isa po akong Kristiyano at hindi ko ho malalaman yung kabuuan nung
Siguro po dapat meron kayong basic din na knowledge ng Islam. Ano? So, pangalawang tanong po. Okay na po yun. Pangalawang tanong po. Meron po ba kayong, sa tagal nyo po, sa NBI, 12 years, meron po ba kayong na-encounter na kaso ninyo sa NBI? Kayo po mismo na-filean ng kaso?
Your Honor, normal ho sa mga NBI agents na makakasuhan, in fact, maging sa sinumang law enforcement agency, that's the price we pay for doing our job and for protecting the country. As a matter of fact, in the NBI, Your Honor, we avoid the noise. We just finish the job.
So,
sir.
ano po yan? Yes? Yes po yan? Yung sagot nyo? Yes?
Normal ho yan yun sa amin.
So,
sir.
yes po.
Attorney Loto, kindly answer the question.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. Ano pong, pwede po bang malaman kung ano pong mga naikaso sa inyo?
Well, wala ho pa akong natanggap na official case galing sa ombudsman, pero may nakita na ho akong complaint na binigay sa akin from NBI. Hindi ko na humaalala yung sa case na yan. Pero nung chinek po namin yung case na yan, Your Honor, Sabi ko doon sa mga kasama ko, tingnan nyo nga yung validity at authenticity ng case na to. Pinuntahan ho namin yung nagnotaryo, I think
meron
Makati
po, no?
Court yun.
Oo.
Yung Makati Court, nag-issue ho ng certification na fake yung notary. Diyan sa reklamo na yan. So sabi ko, huwag nyo nang pansinin, marami tayong trabaho. Kung fake yung notaryo na yan, mere scrap of paper yan. Huwag na nating pansinin. Although, nag-aantay po ako, Your Honor, na mag-notify sa akin ng OMB kasi sasagutin po namin na eto ho ang nakaalap namin, may dalawang Chinese na nagreklamo. Chinek ho namin doon sa BI, yung dalawang Chinese na yan, I think 9 months nang overstay at pinaghahanap din ng...
Ano pong kaso po
Bureau of
yung
Immigration.
ipinatong sa inyo? Anong kaso?
Hindi ko maalala, Your Honor. Meron ho, may mga kaso ho doon na nakalagay. Pero again, sabi
Wala
ko
po
nga,
kayong isa kahit maalala na ipinatong sa inyo?
if I'm not mistaken, arbitrary detention, may ganun ba? May unlawful arrest? Wala ho sa akin ng record kasi nga, sabi ko nga, nung makita namin na fake yung notary, hindi na ho namin binigyan ng pansin, Your Honor.
Kasi napakakapal po nitong hawak ko.
Wala akong problema, Your Honor. Sasagutin po
kakapal.
namin yan.
Apo.
Sasagutin ko
Hindi
po
niyo
yan.
pa po nasagot magmula noong February 29
Kasi wala pa hong official notice galing sa kung anong ahensya.
na nakarating po sa inyo. Wala pa.
Wala pa ho. Ang nakuha ko lang, yung kopya niyan, siguro may nagpadala sa akin. Sabi ko, teka muna, wala akong official na nare-receive from OMB. So, nung chinek ho namin, kung nag-i-exist ba yung kaso, fake yung notary, hindi na namin
So,
binigyan
ibig niyo
ng
pong
pansin.
sabihin hanggang ngayon, hindi kayo sigurado kung nag-i-exist to.
Dapat may notice na ako from Ombudsman.
Di ba
sir.
po dapat ang reaction ng isang tao kapag may kaso, harapin?
Precisely,
Kasi
Your Honor. Iniintay ko nga po yung notice from Ombudsman na pag meron na hong notice
Wala
ang
po kayong
Ombudsman-
notice hanggang ngayon? Sa
Wala pa
ombudsman?
po, Your Honor. Yun nga ang inaantay ko kasi sasagutin namin kasi meron po kaming certification na fake yung notary. Inaantay ko po, Your Honor.
Mas maganda po, maharap nyo kagad.
Definitely, hindi ko
lalong-lalo
namin
na po-
tatakbuhan yan, sir.
Kasi napakahalaga po ngayon nito.
Yes, sir.
Oo, ito po ay ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay napakahalaga.
Yes, sir.
Opo, at ito pong mga kasong ipinatong sa inyo, perjury, robbery, extortion, theft, mainam po ito
As I've said, Your Honor, in the NBI, we avoid the noise. We just finish the job, sir.
Opo. Meron po akong tanong, pangatlo. Opo. Kanina po na ang ganda nung talakayan nyo tungkol sa Romanov.
Yes, sir.
Opo. Alam niyo po ba yung istorya ng Romanov? At ang gaganda po ng mga sagutan ninyo, alam niyo po ba yung historical background ng Romanov?
Ang alam ko lang po dyan, Your Honor, yun yung nangyari sa, I think, Tsar, kung hindi ako nagkakamali sa Russia.
Sa Russia.
Opo,
Opo. Sino po ba yung nakakalaban ng Tsar?
Again, hindi ko po maalala, hindi ko po nakita yung buong...
Yun. Kasi napakahalaga po malaman ng taong bayan kung sino po ang tinatawag natin na Romanov at sino yung nakalaban nila. Kasi po, katabi ko ang isa sa Marcos family.
Yes, sir.
Alam naman po natin lahat, batid natin lahat, na si Apo Lakay, Ferdinand Marcos Sr., ang number 1 na lumaban sa komunista dito sa Pilipinas. Batid naman din po natin na ang nag-execute sa Tsar kay Nikolai at sa kanyang mga anak, sa kanyang pamilya, ay ang komunista. Alam mo po ba niyo yun?
Yes, sir.
Opo. Ngayon, sino po ba ang pangalawang pangulo na lumaban sa komunista?
Sino po, sir?
Ay di si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Hindi ba po dapat isipin natin yung Romanov ay tungkol sa threat na pumapasok sa mga pamilya na mga namumuno dito sa ating bayan na lumalaban sa komunista. Komunista po ako Gusto ko lamang pong alamin ninyo.
Yes, sir. Well, insofar as the investigation on the issue of whether or not may Romanov or operation of Romanov, ang sabi ko po kanina, nasa intelligence service po namin yan. At I think ang makakasagot po niyan, Your Honor, yung director po namin.
Opo, kasi nabanggit nyo kanina sa usapan po ninyo si Baste.
Yun
Na
po yung...
sinasabi nyo po kasi kanina sa usapan po ninyo, sa napakagandang usapan, na yung Romanov, hindi na ipapaliwanag kasi kung ano ba yung ugat nun? Napakahalaga po na alam natin yung ugat. Si Presidente Marcos Sr. ang lumaban sa komunista kaya nagkaroon ng threat noong 1986.
Yes, sir.
Ngayon, sinasabi ni Baste na nagkakaroon ng threat sa kanilang pamilya sapagkat alam naman nating lahat na ang nagpatuloy ng paglaban sa komunista pagkatapos ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte ay si Inday Sara Duterte, ang ating Vice President. Sumasang-ayon po ba kayo doon?
Wala po akong personal knowledge, sir.
Ay, bakit po kayo walang personal knowledge? Eh, yun po ang sumunod na assignment ng ating Vice Presidente pagkaupo niya. Siya po ang nag-take over ng NTF-ELCAC. Hindi po alam ng NBI yun.
Well, nag-NTFL ka siya, pero yung factual circumstances doon,
Factual,
wala pa po akong
wala po kayong. Pero alam niyo po, sagutin na lang po ninyo na siya ang nag-take over ng NTF-ELCAC.
yes, Your Honor.
Opo. Isa na lang po, ginoong tagapamahalang hukom. Sabi niyo po kanina, ulitin ko lang po, gusto ko lang pong malaman uli. Inamin niyo po na wala kayong personal knowledge tungkol dun sa threat ng Pangulo. Ng pangalaw, sabi niyo po kanina, wala kayong personal knowledge na kumuha na ng assassin o papatay sa Pangulo, ang pangalawang Pangulo. Narinig ko po kanina.
During that time?
Yes or no lang po.
During that time, ongoing ho ang validation namin,
So,
sir.
ibig niyo pong sabihin ngayon, meron na kayong personal knowledge na meron na kayong...
Hindi po, ongoing po ang validation. At sabi ko nga po, ang makakasagot po niyan, yung intelligence service namin at ang director po namin, sir.
So hanggang ngayon po, wala pa kayong personal knowledge.
In so far as the Cybercrime Division is concerned back then,
Hindi po,
ongoing
ngayon
ho
po.
yung
Yes or no po?
validation.
Ngayon po, sir. Mahal naming saksi. Ngayon po.
Kung ako tatanungin, wala pa po akong idea, pero baka meron ang intelligence service o ang director po namin.
Attorney Lato, kindly answer the question directly. It's answerable by yes or no. And I think
Yes, sir.
you know the answer.
Opo. Well, ako personally, wala pa po, sir.
Okay.
Yun lang po. Maraming salamat po,
Thank
mahal
you.
na saksi.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, just a few questions.
The lady has 2 minutes,
Yes.
ma'am. You may
Thank
proceed
you.
when you're ready.
This just to provide clarity for this representation and just a few questions to Attorney Lotok.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Attorney Lotok, sa paragraph 53 ng Affidavit of Investigation na iyong pinirmahan, sabi niyo po na the Vice President's statements were brought about or motivated by unpleasant circumstances occurring before November 23, 2024 press conference.
I believe, nabasa ko po yan.
Yes.
Your
Kasama
Honor.
ba ho dito yung pahayag ng Vice Presidente noong Oktubre 18, 2024? Is that
Yes, Your
part
Honor.
of your affidavit?
Opo, Your Honor.
Yes. Bago naman po magsimula ang press conference noong November 23, mayroon mga pangyayaring kasama ang Chief of Staff, si Attorney Zulaika Lopez, na may kinalaman sa mga na-cite in contempt, sa camera, detention,
Opo.
medical emergency, at mga planong paglilipat
Yes,
sa
Your Honor.
hindi pa po ako tapos.
Sorry po.
Ng piitan sa Correctional Institute for Women sa Mandaluyong. Tama po ba na mga pangyayaring ito ay naganap ilang oras bago yung sinagawang press conference na pinakita ilang beses sa
Yeah.
video?
Yes, Your Honor. Kasama ho yan sa
Yes.
investigation namin.
Kahapon po, sinabi po ng testigo, kayo po, na kinonsider ng NBI yung so-called bigger picture. I think those were the words that you used. Sabi niyo pa, you put all the pieces of the puzzle together in your own words.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Para malinaw lamang sa impeachment court, trying to absorb everything, saan po yatang bahagi ng affidavit of investigation nakasaad yung mga factual findings ng NBI tungkol sa mga pangyayaring November 22 and 23 bago yung press conference. I was perusing the affidavit of the investigation and I could not find the detailed circumstances leading to November 23, where admittedly there was emotions like an emotional hyperbole or an outburst, but the events leading to the press conference. Saan po yun sa inyong affidavit?
I think, Your Honor, nasa affidavit of transcription ho yan. Transcribe po yan as
I read it
attachment.
a few times. I could not see the detailed events leading to that. Having mentioned the medical emergency, the transfers to the Correctional Institute for Women, and so that the person who will read the affidavit will have a accurate, factual, and complete appreciation of the events leading to the press conference.
Yeah.
Perhaps your view, having been the person who filed the complaint, may have a different perhaps appreciation from my view because I find it somewhat incomplete. And that is just my comment on this because you clearly said you put all the pieces together. And during that time, alam ba ninyo na habang sinasagawa ng NBI ang investigasyong ito, may nakabinbin na direct assault, resistance, and disobedience to authority at grave coercion laban sa Vice Presidente, kaugnay yung insidente nangyari sa ospital, sa Veterans Medical Center.
Narinig ko lang po, Your Honor. Pero
Yes,
hindi
you
ako aware sa
heard
facts
about
na
that, yes. And was there an investigation that was done regarding that incident?
I think ang focus po namin, Your Honor, is yung violation ng grave threats by the Vice President and inciting to sedition. Now, pagdating ho doon sa nangyari sa Vice Presidente, yun nga sabi ko, hindi ako aware sa kabuuan ng facts na yon. Baka yung ibang agency nag-imbestiga po doon, hindi ako aware, Your Honor, doon sa circumstance na yon.
And so would the answer, Attorney Lotok, be a no? Were these taken into consideration in the investigation?
Again, Your Honor, nasa
Or would this be a yes, meaning it is contained in the affidavit, which I'm trying to look for as well?
Nasa affidavit of transcription po yung nangyaring usapan during that time. Nag-execute ho ng affidavit of transcription ng agent on case, Your Honor.
Actually, ilang beses ko po binasa yung affidavit and what I see is there was a focus on the October 18. But on all the events on November 22 and 23, the detailed events leading to the emotional outburst did not seem complete. And that's what I'm trying to elicit from Attorney Lotok, our witness, because when we say that we had considered the bigger picture and all the facts and circumstances leading to the cases of great threat and inciting to sedition that were recommended, we want to understand the whole process and the factual context in which it happened. Because if you are to take snapshots of events and focus on October 18 and the press conference, it can shock any person. However, if you see as well the events leading to the emotions and the detention of the Chief of Staff and the Vice President herself, iba pa yung kasong ito, iba pa yung nadetina, iba pa yung sinampang kaso at pinagsarahan ng pinto ng ambulansya, kaya nagkaroon ng kasong ganon. I tried to read the affidavit a few times and could not find such a comprehensive enumeration of facts by the NBI. And that's why thus this query.
Pwede na po, Your Honor.
Yes, please.
Meron hong affidavit of transcription kung ano nangyari, and then nag-submit po kami ng authenticated na video para makita ng mga senator judges natin kung what happened during those dates for appreciation po ninyo. So makikita ho rito kung ano yung took place during the November 23, 2024 online press conference. But then again, as I've said, at in-explain ko na rin ito kahapon, Your Honor, if I may, kinonsider namin yung situation ni Attorney Zulaika Lopez. Nakita namin yung complaint niya, yung reklamo niya, yung health condition na sinasabi niya. Sinama din po namin yon na ano ba yung nangyari. Taking all the situations or the facts and circumstances attendant to that event, hindi ho na alter yung the fact na nag-utter ang Vice President ng grave threats against the three. Despite of the fact na merong emotional situation na gano'n, hindi rin ho na-alter na merong violation na ginawa yung Vice President during that online press conference. And as a matter of fact, even before that emotional situation, maliwanag ko doon sa utterances, even before that emotional situation, sinasabi ho doon sa utterances, meron na akong kinausap. So nag-trigger na ho yun, ma'am. Meron na akong kinausap na isang tao na papatay sa presidente, sa First Lady, at doon po sa Speaker of the House. So, kahit sinama po namin siya to consider everything, again, Your Honor, hindi ho na bago yung utterances na ginawa ng Vice President. Hindi rin ho na bago na yung instruction niya is relentless in killing the three.
Yes. Attorney Lotok, what I've been trying to ask is not just the utterances which we've watched several times, but all the events leading to the utterances, and that is what I want. I understand what you're saying, that there were attachments or transcription, but the transcription would not be considered an assessment or an investigation. These were perhaps attached as transcription. And you earlier said that the threats are circumstantial. So the and that is the reason why I was looking for that in the affidavit of the investigation. In short, para pong nakulangan ako, pero kung sinabi nyong inattach nyo yung transcript, so be it. But then, if you will read the 50 plus pages again of your investigation, it seemed to me, at least at this point, that snapshots were taken focusing on the October 18 and the utterances, but there seemed to be events leading to it that may have not been included.
With the
But I will
indulgence of Senator
leave it
Judge
at that.
Legarda,
Yes.
kindly wind up, ma'am.
Yes. So the last question, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Na-interview rin niyo po ang mga miyembro ng media and you asked them factual information. Did you also ask them about the emotional state ng mga kalahok sa media, yung mga pangyayaring naganap bago ginawa yung mga naturang pahayag? In short, not just the factual statement, but the atmosphere, the events leading to that Zoom press conference that led to the perceived or alleged utterances.
Wala po yan sa minutes of meeting, sa Q&A. Wala po yan, Your Honor.
Should you not have asked the members of media and the others who were part of that so that you would have, in your own words, sir, the complete picture, so that everything is taken into consideration on why such a highly placed person would give such utterances, because such conditions existed that might have, just might have, elicited it, but you did not do that investigation or at least conversations with the members of media. I leave it at that. Thank you for answering my questions.
Senator Judge Mark Villar, you have 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you. Just a brief question for the witness. You mentioned,
Opo, Your Honor.
thank you. You mentioned earlier that there are many factors that come into play when you decide whether or not to file charges regarding grave threats.
Opo,
Now,
yes,
there
Your
are many
Honor.
factors in how you decide what constitutes a grave threat.
Yes, Your
And I
Honor.
wanted to know, what weight do you give those factors? Are there certain aspects of a grave threat that you put more importance on, whether it's the type of threat or who the threat is made to? What does does the NBI give more weight to a certain element of
Yes, Your Honor. It's a convolution of these factors na kinonsider namin. Una, yung delivery or manner in which the utterances were spoken, which is sabi ko nga, nasa atmosphere na kung saan furious and seemingly mad yung Vice President nung sinabi niya yon. And then, aside from delivery and manner, kinonsider namin yung literal meaning ng statement, which is on its face, makikita natin na even before the press conference was held on November 23, 2024. In fact, even before the questions was thrown by Francis Maui to the Vice President had already contracted.
But is there what do you give the most weight to? I'm aware that you have different factors that come into play.
Kinonsider ho namin-
Is there a specific, because binanggit nyo po yung, halimbawa, meron kayong 2 tests for grave threat. Binanggit nyo po kahapon. I just wanted to know what is the basis for, or if there is a hierarchy in the level that in all these elements, if there is a hierarchy. What the elements are,
There's a
but is there a
hierarchy.
hierarchy in those whether or not, when you decide on whether or not to file charges of grave threats?
Your Honor, it's a combination ng lahat po na factor po
So nothing is given more weight than, not one in your past experiences. There's no, everything is equal. All these factors that you've mentioned.
Well, in this case, yung literal meaning, at the same time, yung nature ng instruction.
Is it more of the type of the actual threat? If it's a death threat, or if it's a, halimbawa, kung sasabihin niya, whether it's a threat of, is the gravity of the threat a factor, or is it who the threat is made to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Something that triggers your investigation more. I mean, what is there a factor that you place more weight to, or that you place more weight to when deciding whether or not to file these charges?
Yung status ho ng nagsasabi nun.
Yeah, when you made the
yung-
decision, I was curious as to what factors did you put the most weight to?
Yung nature of the instruction as well as yung the fact na may kinausap na siya bago pa man siya tanungin. Yun po yung dalawa na yun, sir.
And these are defined, are these defined in any legal, or this is just purely the discretion of the NBI, or is there a particular definition in the law that would create a hierarchy of?
I would say it satisfies the elements of grave threats, Your Honor.
Okay, but it's not necessarily defined in the law. A lot of it is open to interpretation of the NBI.
Yes, Your Honor. Based on facts, nakita ho namin papasok ba yung elementong ganito, elementong ganyan, elementong ganon. Nung nagkaroon ho kami ng findings, nirefer ho namin sa DOJ. DOJ, sir, ito ang findings namin. Ano po ang masasabi nyo? Then nag-issue ho ng certification ng DOJ, at ang sabi ng DOJ, certified, all of the elements required for the crime charged is complete. So pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa preliminary investigation.
Yeah, thank you. Importante po kasi na ma-define po natin kung ano po yung grave threat, kung ano po yung... and I just want to know what latitude does the NBI have in deciding whether or not to file a charge of grave threat.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you
Opo.
very much, sir.
Opo, thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Senator Judge Mark Villar. Counsel for the respondent.
Ngayon, kayo bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi nyo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan kayo ng komento sa ibaba at atin niyang babasahin isa-isa.